Hello, today is Friday, May 8th, 2026. Here is your daily signal. According to Bloomberg, disruptions sparked by the ongoing Iran war have left India's top LNG importer, Petronet LNG, with no clarity on Qatar shipments for June after flows through the Strait of Hormuz were halted. The strait, key to about 30% of global seaborne oil trade, has become a flashpoint since military escalation erupted in May 2026, raising urgent worries over both Iranian oil exports and overall energy shipping safety in the Middle East. Meanwhile, major oil companies such as Saudi Aramco, BP, ExxonMobil, and Shell are closely watching Gulf shipping risks, and global shipping giants Maersk and MSC rerouted their vessels after direct missile strikes, as reported by Reuters. Oil prices surged by 7% on May 7 when Iran closed key sections of Hormuz, and an emergency OPEC meeting is set for May 8 to coordinate supply responses. If disruptions persist, oil prices may climb by 10–15% with inflationary ripples worldwide, and longer-term realignments in shipping routes, costly insurance hikes, and supply bottlenecks for economies across Asia and Europe all likely outcomes. The crisis may accelerate investment in renewables and diversification away from Gulf oil, with mounting geopolitical instability potentially prompting broader sanctions and shockwaves across international financial markets. Next, turning to global oil market dynamics and the refined fuel shortages, Business Insider reports that while crude supply remains stable, the world faces rising shortages of refined fuels such as jet fuel and naphtha. Background factors include persistent supply chain disruptions since 2022 and geopolitical risks tied to conflicts like Russia-Ukraine, with refining hubs in Asia and Europe struggling to meet demand amid tight capacity. OPEC Plus production cuts have compounded the challenge. Diesel stockpiles are now at their lowest levels since 2018, per Reuters, and Asian gasoline export prices surged by 15% in just 24 hours, according to Bloomberg. The U.S. Energy Information Administration notes that U.S. refinery utilization dropped 3 points week on week. These shortages may soon push up prices broadly for consumers and industries, and sustained tightness could accelerate government moves toward energy diversification. Greater volatility threatens to introduce inflationary pressures, impacting monetary policy decisions in oil-importing nations. Governments are considering releasing strategic reserves but risk added market instability. And finally, New Scientist highlights a breakthrough in quantum molecular simulation, as partnerships between quantum hardware manufacturers and software developers enabled the simulation of the largest molecule yet using quantum computers. This milestone underscores how collaborations, involving companies like IBM, Google Quantum AI, and Quantinuum, are now essential for scaling molecular simulations far beyond classical computing limits. Recent advances such as IBM's Eagle processor and Google's Sycamore 2, plus partnerships like Quantinuum with ChemAxon have enabled faster simulations for chemistry and materials science. These moves are accelerating industry adoption, with academic institutions including MIT and Stanford increasingly joining forces with hardware makers, and AWS providing cloud infrastructure. In the near term, this is expected to speed up drug discovery and materials innovation. Longer term, the democratization of quantum simulation tools may follow, with new industry standards and protocols emerging. Increased collaboration could attract additional funding for quantum research in 2026 and 2027, further propelling the field forward. Now, onto the markets. International equities saw broad declines, with Germany's EWG finishing at 42.50 as the top loser among European funds and France's EWQ dropping by 2.5%. The Netherlands' EWN outperformed on monthly momentum despite a dip of 2.2% on the day, while Italy's EWI closed at 58.38. Commodities saw mixed trading. Silver surged nearly 21% to 71.60, leading gains, while platinum slipped 1.3% with PPLT closing at 184.23 and uranium's URA dropped 3.4%. U.S. oil traded up fractionally for the day, and wheat posted a mild drop with wheat ending at 23.13. In the sectors, the S&P 500 index SPY edged down 0.3% from its high, led by semiconductor losses as stocks fell almost 2.9%. Healthcare Roman 45 declined by 0.46%, while real estate XLRE lost 0.76% amid continued volatility. Among individual stocks, Axon rallied 10.6%, while AMD pulled back 3% despite strong monthly gains. Microsoft advanced by 1.6% and Nvidia by 1.8%, both continuing robust momentum. Gainers included Agilent Health AGL, up 119%, and Republic Power Group RPGL, up 87%. The steepest loser was enGene Therapeutics warrants ENWA, falling 90.8% on the day. Other notable declines included Forward Air FWRD, down 48.3%, and Fastly FSLI, dropping 39.4%. That's it for today. You can find more news and details on our website. Goodbye.